WWE recently, rather cheekily on their Ruthless Aggression series, tried to position the Diva Search as an empowering way to present a new generation of fighting females with previously unheard of opportunities in the world of sports entertainment. In reality, though, it was a ratings-driven ploy to get lots of attractive women in skimpy clothing on their TV show. The upshot was, many of the fame-chasing models and actresses who applied got through to the final competition and disappeared from the wrestling business once they were booted off. Some, however, stuck at it and made a name for themselves in the industry, with a select few continuing to make an impact to this very day. So, what exactly happens to somebody once they vie for a WWE contract via a reality-based competition that regularly veered into car crash territory? Actually, first, a quick disclaimer before the song. We're only looking at what happened to those ladies who actually made it to the finals and were eligible for elimination on a weekly basis. So, while there were some women who auditioned for the Diva Search and went on to work for WWE, such as Candice Michelle, Brooke Adams, and the Bella Twins, they were actually cut before the finals and won't be profiled here. Alright then, now it's time to relive the Diva Search all over again. Yay. Roll the intro. Mason Ryan, Stevie Ray, Earthquake, Alundra Blaze, Norman Smiley, Zach Gowen, Bam Bam Bigelow, Ahmed Johnson, Tory Wilson, Buff, Bagwell, Robert Gibson, Dave Taylor, Terry Taylor, and Godfather's Holmes. Dwayne Gill, Adam Bomb, Michael Hayes, Cor Von, S.A. Rios, Jim Manai, the manager from Kai and Tai, Jim Powers, Francine, Jack Swagger, Mean Gene, Fat Chick Thriller, Duke the Dumpster, Oklahoma Manta. What happened to that wrestler? Some were main eventing, which leaves me lamenting. What happened to that wrestler? Some since long forgotten, but their memories live on. Jamie Copay. Even though the WWE Diva Search began proper in 2004, WWE trialed the concept a year earlier to tie into SummerSlam weekend. In the 2003 version, the winner did not receive a WWE contract, but a photo shoot in WWE magazine. Jamie Copay was the winner of the competition. She retired from modeling in 2005 and has worked as a personal trainer in her native Canada since, neglecting a life in the public eye. Amy Weber. Amy Weber didn't win the 2004 Diva Search, coming fourth, but impressed WWE enough that they offered her a contract and almost immediately put her on SmackDown. On the Blue brand, she portrayed the image consultant of JBL as a member of his cabinet stable and feuded with fellow Diva Searcher Joy Giovanni. However, just a few months into her WWE career, Amy abruptly quit after claiming that she had been harassed by members of the locker room during an overseas tour. Since leaving the business, she's gotten married, had 2 kids, and worked in various fields such as modeling, acting, and the music industry. She is currently a successful realtor. Camille Anderson. Second to be voted off, Camille Anderson didn't let her unceremonious WWE exit deter her hopes and dreams of fame and fortune. An actress and model before the Diva Search, Camille would continue in those careers after, with her most notable credit being the comedy film Wedding Crashers. These days, she is a mother, TV host, and sells luxury real estate in LA. Carmella de Cesar. The undisputed heel of the original Diva Search series, Carmella de Cesar was a lightning rod for controversy and was despised by her fellow competitors. Despite, or probably because of this, 2004's Playmate of the Year made it all the way to runner-up, even when some unsavory incidents outside of WWE threatened to curtail things for her. She didn't sign with WWE in the end, and in 2007 married NFL quarterback Jeff Garcia. The couple have 4 children, but in 2020, Garcia revealed that the couple were divorcing. Carmella has, somewhat surprisingly, kept a low profile in recent years. Christy Hemi. The 2004 Diva Search winner bagged not just a 1-year $250,000 contract with WWE, but also a Playboy cover shoot and a WrestleMania match with women's champion Trish Stratus within her first few months on the roster. Christy enjoyed a decent push for a time there, but was shockingly released by WWE in late 2005. She resurfaced in TNA, where she worked as a wrestler, interviewer, and ring announcer until 2016. Hemi made headlines in early 2018 when she gave birth to quadruplets. In early 2022, Christy's friend Gail Kim revealed that Hemi was back working behind the scenes in Impact. The Costello Twins. Years before Nikki and Brie Bella showed up, WWE had a bit of twin magic on their hands in the form of the Costello Twins, Julie and Chandra, aka Shawnee. The twins did some modeling and appeared in a bunch of films and television shows, but seemingly dropped off the map in the early 2010s. Both are now married with kids. Julie works for SAG-AFTRA, while Shawnee works in telecommunications. Joy Giovanni. Third-placed Joy was another who received a contract offer regardless and was shipped to SmackDown. On the Blue brand, she was involved in a romance storyline with The Big Show and competed in the requisite bikini and lingerie contest before she was released due to budget cuts in July of 2005. She returned for a one-off in the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25, where she was eliminated second. Joy currently runs a massage therapy business in San Diego, California, and also claims to be a healer and psychic medium. Alright then. Maria Kanellis. Fifth-placed Maria was also snapped up by WWE and featured heavily on the Raw brand as a ditzy backstage interviewer. Over time, Kanellis shed that unfair image and worked hard to evolve as a wrestler and personality. Her career journey has seen her go from WWE to Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, the Indies, then back to WWE again, before returning to Ring of Honor and then once more to Impact. As well as wrestling, she's been involved in the creative side of things as well as talent relations. She married wrestler Mike Bennett in 2014, and the couple have 2 children. Michelle McCool. Yet another who didn't win, but who WWE felt had something to offer, the athletic Michelle McCool was given a deal and put on SmackDown as a fitness trainer. She then bounced around for a while before receiving a push as one of the focal points of WWE's women's division. A 2-time WWE Women's and Divas champion, McCool retired from wrestling in 2011 due to mounting injuries and her desire to start a family with her husband, Mark the Undertaker Calloway. Since having their daughter, Michelle has sporadically returned to the ring for special occasions like the Royal Rumble and Evolution pay-per-view. Tracy Wright. Tracy finished 6th, but was not offered any sort of WWE deal. The former model currently runs The Art of Wellness with her husband Chris in Miami. Alexis Andrade. Lilene Alexis Andrade finished dead last in the 2005 version of the Diva Search. However, that wasn't the end of her reality TV exposure, as she subsequently appeared on MTV's The Flavor of Love and a couple of its spin-off shows. She continues to model and raise her 3 children. Ashley Mazzaro. Ashley Mazzaro won the 2005 Diva Search and followed Christy Hemi's lead by gracing the cover of Playboy and getting the WrestleMania tie-in match in 2007. Her WWE career was dogged by injuries and eventually ended when she requested her release in order to look after her sick daughter. Mazzaro pretty much left the business after, save for making appearances at signings and conventions, turning to acting, modeling, and working as a DJ instead. Sadly, Ashley took her own life on May 16, 2019, just 10 days before her 40th birthday. Cameron Haven. After finishing 6th in the Diva Search, Cameron got a regular gig as the IZOD trophy girl at IndyCar Series events. Since then, however, the former Playboy model has disappeared as far as I can tell and is presumably living a quiet, normal life. Elizabeth Rufa. Elizabeth finished in a commendable 3rd place and was one of the divas who would continue down her sports entertainment path after signing a developmental contract, but it didn't shake out and she was released. The former gymnast, dancer and model would go on to play in the Lingerie Bowl during the halftime show of the 2006 Super Bowl. Crystal Marshall. Crystal finished 4th, but signed a contract and worked for WWE until early 2008. She briefly appeared in TNA in 2010 alongside her then-boyfriend and baby daddy Bobby Lashley, but left the business once that run was over and competed in fitness competitions instead. Her and Lashley split, but Marshall remarried and currently works as a hairstylist in Colorado. Layla Milani. This one did alright for herself, didn't she? A close runner-up, Layla kept herself busy by doing acting work and modeling after the Diva Search, including a stint working on Deal or No Deal. She got married to serial entrepreneur Manny Koshbin in 2011 and has made a fortune in the years since as the co-founder and CEO of Hair Tamin and the founder of Lena Milani Hair. A friend of the stars, Layla boasts 1.7 million followers on Instagram. Simona Fusco. Italian-born Simona finished 7th in the Diva Search, but has been quite the success since. An actress, model, and entrepreneur, Simona founded matchmaking company Perfect 12 Introductions in 2011. Her endeavors have seen her featured in TV shows and magazines, and she's won a bunch of awards. Summer Delin. Summer Dillyn Bryan finished 5th in the Diva search. She is now a wife and mother living in her hometown of Shreveport. Amy Zidian finished last? Not to worry, have a WWE contract anyway. Amy Zidian's subsequent run in Vince McMahon's organization was short but incident-filled. They ended up firing her a couple of months in after she managed to irk half the locker room, including Diva Search winner Layla, Crystal Marshall, Vicky Guerrero, and finally, Stephanie McMahon. I mean, in her defense, she didn't actually know who Vicky or Stephanie were. Wait, hold on a second, that's not really a good defense, is it? According to her latest LinkedIn update, Zidian works as a sales associate for Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa in St. Augustine, Florida. Erica Chevalier. When Erica was eliminated 3rd, she told WWE.com that she hadn't anticipated how tough the competition was going to be, given the need to source new outfits and get a solid tan. I mean, I heard Terry Funk had the same complaints about the business back in the 70s. After the Diva search, Erica went back to modeling. Nowadays, she is married, taking the name Erica Lee Sturtz, she has children, and works in Florida real estate. JT Tinney. Coming in 3rd was Phoenix, Arizona resident Jennifer JT Tinney. Wanna know what the JT stands for? Why? Jennifer Tinney, of course. No wonder she didn't win when they already had a Kelly. Anyway, Jennifer Tinney is a national level NPC bikini competitor. According to her social media profile, she also works as a business development coordinator for Sunbright Fire and Water Restoration. Jennifer England. Actress, model, and stuntwoman Jennifer England couldn't hack Sergeant Slaughter's boot camp course and lost a talent competition, but was popular enough with viewers that she made it to the finals where she finished as a runner-up. She celebrated coming 2nd by making out with winner Layla. Gotta shoot your shot, I guess. Since the Diva search, Jennifer has gone back to modeling and stunt work and refers to herself as a gym junkie. Me too. Layla L. The winner of the 2006 Diva search was the United Kingdom's own lovely Layla L. She had a great run in WWE and really improved as a wrestler and all-around talent during her 9-year stay in the promotion. Since retiring from the grap game, Layla, who is married to fellow former WWE star Ricky Ortiz, has entered the real estate world. Maryse Ouelett. Shortly after being eliminated 2nd in the 2006 Diva search, Maryse Ouelett signed a WWE developmental contract. She did a little of this and a little of that while wearing a lot of nothing until she really blossomed as a performer as the cocky heel Divas champion. She left WWE in 2011 but returned in 2016, this time aligned with real-life husband Mike the Miz Mizanin. Don't you just love it when WWE reality show contestants get together? And don't you just hate the Miz? The couple, who also star in their own reality show, Miz and Mrs., have 2 daughters. Melina Ruka. The name Melina Ruka may not mean much to WWE fans upon first hearing it, unless you're confused and believe that was the name of former women's champion Melina Perez, but the name Rosa Mendez might just ring a bell. Ruka came 4th but was signed regardless and sent to developmental. She performed as a wrestler and manager on WWE television between 2008 and 2015 before leaving in order to raise her newborn daughter. Rebecca DiPietro. Eliminated 3rd, hired by WWE 4 days later. Figures. Rebecca was a backstage interviewer on the rebooted ECW for a few months before being released. It was reported at the time that her quick promotion to main roster television was due to her relationship with top star Batista, who wanted her to be on the road with him. Since her brief foray in wrestling, DiPietro has returned to the modeling world. Brooke Gilbertson. That's Dr. Brooke Gilbertson to you, pal! The former model, who finished season runner-up, traded in her bikini for a degree in psychology. Brooke currently works as a clinical director for her own private practice in LA. Eve Torres. Diva search winner Eve Torres must rank as probably the most successful winner in the competition's history. Her WWE rise was measured as she trained first before transitioning from backstage interviewer to fully fledged wrestler and really grew into her own across 3 Divas title reigns, as well as a stint as the evil executive administrator of Raw and SmackDown. Had Torres come along a few years later than she did, she could have well been mixing it up with the likes of Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, but she called time on her in-ring career in 2013 in order to focus on family life. Married to Renee Gracie of the famous Gracie Jiu-Jitsu family, Eve teaches self-defense classes for women. Jay Kim. The former Miss Hawaiian Tropic winner came third in the 2007 Diva search, but the self-professed country girl was not one of the ones kept on in some other capacity, even though she grew up as a fan of the business and wanted to pursue it as a career. As for what she's been up to since, well, all the digging in the world cannot uncover who exactly J. Kim is, other than that she's from Catawba, North Carolina, and was engaged to someone at the time of the Diva search, meaning she's likely changed her surname since. Or perhaps she knows I'm onto her and has wisely gone into hiding. Jessica Hatch. Jessica Hatch loved the Diva search experience so much that after she finished 5th, she decided to go and train at Booker T's wrestling school in Houston, Texas. It didn't quite work out, but these days Jessica is doing very well as the founder of the successful Infinity Diagnostic Center. Lena Yarde. Finishing 3rd overall, Lena Yarde nonetheless signed with WWE soon after her elimination from the competition. Lena was put on ECW, where she was a heel, though she didn't wrestle and started to work as a backstage interviewer while she trained for a career in the ring. That career would be short, one match short as it turned out, and she was released a week after her in-ring debut as a participant in a 16-person tag match, during which she never officially tagged in. She then had one indie bout before giving it all up. Yarde is still a public figure as the wife of Disturbed frontman David Draymond. The couple have one son together. Lindsay Friesen. Lindy was one of the many Diva Search contestants who participated in the Miss Hawaiian Tropic, just in case you were wondering what sort of tapes Johnny Ace was scouring at Titan Towers late at night. Lindy placed 7th and didn't do anything in the business afterwards. These days, the very outdoorsy Lindsay is a nurse and apparently competes in rodeos. Naomi Kirk. Former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, model, and TV host Naomi was the first to be eliminated from the 2007 version of the Diva Search. She continued modeling for a bit and even made a blink and you'll miss it appearance in the 2017 film Chips as Pretty Gym Girl number 2. According to her social media profile, she started studying at the St. George's University School of Medicine in 2020, having previously studied biochemistry at UCLA and biological science at the Southern California University of Health Sciences. Tiffany Terrell. An all-round athlete who excelled at everything from powerlifting to scuba diving, Taryn was one of the favourites to win the competition but had to settle for 4th place instead. Not that it mattered much, as she was offered a contract anyway and worked for WWE as Tiffany, most notably on the ECW brand, until 2010. Post-WWE, she appeared in some films, modelled, and found success as a member of the TNA/Impact Wrestling roster, where she was a one-time Knockouts champion. The former Mrs. Drew McIntyre took a break from the business for a few years, but resurfaced in 2021 for the NWA. She is married with a son and does stunt work for major film and television productions.